this? Why? Why did I do that? Go. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business! I'm telling you, for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! It wasn't me. I didn't. I didn't do it. Time. Novice. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning. Mia, please calm yourself down. Don't speak yourself a worse for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed. Let go of my apples. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry, it's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me, but with your honest request last night. Let me handle this case, somebody said, and quite forcefully too. I just found out yesterday. But the case, I mean. What? You already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see. I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh, dear. In any case, don't let our client see you so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink shirt over there? That's our client. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Keep smiling, dear. I start to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yeah, it'll be fine. No problem. What's wrong? You have a cold or something, Mr. Why? Actually, it's Wright. Like Flying Brothers. People screw up all the time. Yes, I have a cold. That's what the mask is for. My doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. You can to others, he says. Why, Mr. White, you'll never get to fair in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Let go of my son. That's right. He's on a trial, not you. He's the one you should be nervous. You should stay strong for your client, Mia. Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. First time I put in court was a year ago. That trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself. Now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense day is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. No problem. I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, but you see.
Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
See? Is that him standing there right next to you?
Yes, well,
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest luck.
of course, Your Honor. I think.
Mr. Payne, your opening statements, please.
Wow.
I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll be all over soon. What's that all about? Is he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. Incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body
And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, they then called the police. It certainly makes the defense a very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will. A what? Up to me, I saw what you're made of. An opportunity. Well, what is it, cuz? Go on. Please say no at least this much. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. I have boys are beginning to act up. See here. Details of this case are filed on the court record. You know that already, didn't you? Ah, court record. I think I can see that by present. What? Other records can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and be careful before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. Stay calm. The closer you get, the better of me. Okay, let's say that's now then, with the attorney for the defense, please answer the question. What was the cause of death? Go to the court record with a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? How does such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. For that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? terribly sorry. You're an authentic Tony, so you must know all about it. I should be steering your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston paid for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. Don't call him the Wookiee killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. When was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I'd like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it in old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir. It's your old Greybeard's face. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Yeah, and it's the only thing in the court. People's profiles are as well. The toggle between profiles is evidence of all one person we said to go over all. Let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Fair. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the stand. Witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, now I guess I'm a suspect. Oh no, he means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh! I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected of the death of your fellow student, Doug Shaw, but I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you! Can you Alice? Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his code to the rest of us? This is something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. I admit I was there. I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right. Like I said, I'm not a killer. Looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? Seems that you forgot one small thing, young lady. And that would be, this witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? Proceed to carry out the cross-examination. Our business is determined that this testimony contains any contradictions. Nixon's the court record. Mr. Wright is my client. If he is caught in all lies, he must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see? That statement testimony just now. There was a lie, a contradiction. Now then, your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. Would you? I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up Buddhist wannabe.
Hold it!
Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... That doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up Buddhist wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a Buddhist wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I saw it. It was right there on his back. His face. There's some point to this line of questioning. Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You had no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket! Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me! Please forgive me! Here, made our client cry! At him! Pee on his chest is set for Phoenix anyways. Even I trusted him, he swear it was all warm. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... What was the medicine that you took? You know, the kind of brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How do you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. You lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X.
Addiction!
Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. This is Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Mr. Shaw must have picked up the bottle of medicine. stopped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. So we have been identified as well as Phoenix Wright. Order in the court! Your Honor, accept this photo and bottle as evidence. The court will accept them as the weapon. The victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes. It ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? Bad. My poor hemorrhoids. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so he waited to me at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 o'clock we split up. And later when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking good cover X the last 2 or 3 days. I lost my bottle at lunchtime on that day of the accident. Mr. White, that's completely different from your testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. Yeah, forgive me if I say I hardly find your court testimony any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. White, don't tell any more lies. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to be at 255 behind that building. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was saying he had to manufacture and prove... I'm not pronouncing that. Everyone called him the Alchemist of IVU. Alchemist? Alchemist, I see. Gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. Strange chemicals and strange machines that were high voltage electricity. Oh, how fascinating. He sounded like he was quite an ambitious young man. Just asking for some more detail. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Okay, so, I don't know all that much. Well, a little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run high voltage electricity. That's right. This look dangerous. It's not standard voltage, there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. I think we're getting somewhere. We talked for a bit and then around 3 o'clock we split up. And later when I went back I found him lying there. I've been taking Coca-Cola X the last 2 or 3 days. I lost my bottle of it on nuts on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident? What did you do for lunch? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Homemade omelets are not to be delicious. Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like cutting someone all of a sudden. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I know it's too much work for a little girl. mystery that still remains. Your Honor? How the murder was carried out, of course. How was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is... correct, Your Honor. Establish how it was done. If I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Your Honor! Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brass statement coming from a Wookiee. Even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? The attorney must be able to sustain their argument with evidence! Of course I know that. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that. Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? I think that even remotely resembles a motor weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the motor weapon? Well, naturally, it's right here! That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then, the high voltage cable... Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man! Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a motor weapon was... the defendant! We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. What is it? His fingerprints. Besides the medicine bottle, let's take another look at the crime scene first. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. Leather holds fingerprints quite well. Mean. It's quite clearly printed on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left the print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order! That's enough! I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg? I am words on a lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No! You're wrong! Mr. Wright is innocent! No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor! At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case.
Hold it!
Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth! If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict! But, I can't. I just can't say it. I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. White. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Okay? No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. I've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say it. Wait a minute, Mr. White. I tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. White, there's no need for further. I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. I thought that Doug Strahler was dead. God, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about her, that God. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I would think I was the mortal of facade. As things couldn't stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell you the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Ray? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. Guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back. He was just lying there dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. Loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. White? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
Objection!
You're not qualified to decide that! Yes, I do. I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Mr. White, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. It was like a sharp crack. Could it have been? Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us! He dropped the umbrella he was holding. right on top of it and it broke. That's probably the noise I heard. An umbrella. That belongs to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. It's, well, kind of like the owner. So yeah, I guess I had any kind of umbrella. Absolutely such a mode. I swear. Is there something there in that testament just now? Well... This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important! No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital! I want to officially have it entered into the testimony! How perfectly fitting. This information from Feenie lawyer. Court agrees with the defense's request. Yes, please advocate about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After they shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella.
Objection!
Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. As the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No!
Order! The victim, he moved? It's the pain. The umbrella in this photo. Where is it now?
Well, let's go to the police crime scene.
I presented as evidence immediately.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
Objection!
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. But...
This seems relatively trivial. Right. As long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot win the final judgment.
No!
I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Well done, Mia! Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Yes, you have another witness.
Exactly. And this witness assessment will be in...
How is that kind of one?
Well, who's this witness?
It's Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dolly Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to this whole thing.
Right.
She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
I'm sorry to confuse you, my dear. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that?
I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you chose the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious. You're having such important facts.
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? So save me. I just know she will.
Why do you think that? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why.
You and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
No problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm starting to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, one day, Feenie and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave me this to me on the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had me wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. Before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to me as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is full of memories of my darling little Dolly. It is a little bottle, right? It makes me so happy. I said to everyone I meet, I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Anyway, after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating. Yeah, she's so sly. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Oh, asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, you first met Dolly Hawthorne 8 months ago. It wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Yeah. I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think I understand why you seem to take such a keen interest in this case. You believe something execution in these 2 cases. Am I correct? I hope you don't mind, Mr. Rosebud. I need to finish this myself. Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I'll do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We better all get moving. I guess so. Recess does seem longer than 20 minutes, though.